Frenemy Pastry Party is a set collection game for 3 to 6 players. Players take on the role of adorable animals baking cakes and other pastries together. While their appearance may be cute, these critters can't always be trusted. Players can help and hinder one another in the process of making cakes and scoring ingredients, but only one player will find victory in this pastry party. After all, you're more than just friends, you're frenemies. On a player's turn, they may take one of 2 actions. The first action is grab an ingredient card from the center row. The chosen card is added to a player's hand and then immediately replaced. If there are 4 of the same ingredient card on the table, a player may take 2 of that card instead of 1. The other action a player can take is to attempt to bake a cake. First, the player chooses which cake they want to bake, then they may ask up to 2 other players to assist them. The active player asks their first assistant a specific ingredient to help, and that player may either add those cards to the cake or pass. When an assisting player passes, they cannot provide any more ingredients. After both assisting players have contributed ingredients or passed, the active player may add ingredients to the cake. If the active player does not have enough ingredients, all ingredients are returned to the contributing players, and then the turn passes to the next player. If there are enough ingredients to bake the cake, all contributing players take their ingredients as points, and the active player discards their ingredients and takes the cake card, which is worth 5 points. The game ends once each player cannot refill the cake supply or there are no ingredient cards and the score is totaled. Each completed cake is worth 5 points, and each contributed ingredient card is worth 1 point. Finally, each player has a secret scoring method depending on their role. The bunny, for example, scores 3 points if they contributed the most strawberries. The player with the most points wins. The title describes the game perfectly. Players will feel like frenemies as they work together and backstab one another to bake cakes for the pastry party. However, players cannot go too hard on the betrayal or they'll be left alone, unable to bake cakes as fast as the other players. Balance is important, and Frenemy Pastry Party rewards it perfectly. It's also impossible not to mention how delicious both the cakes and the ingredients look. Is this not the tastiest looking kiwi you've ever seen in your life? If you were looking for a perfect entry point for new players, Frenemy Pastry Party is for you. With its adorable art and simple rules, new players will find this game incredibly easy to access. If you are looking for a game to play with the family, Frenemy Pastry Party is for you. The simple rules and constant player interaction makes Frenemy Pastry Party the perfect game for a family to play together. If you are looking for a board game where decisions matter, Frenemy Pastry Party is for you. Players will have to balance when to grab cards, when to help, and when to bake a cake themselves to maximize their score. Tough decisions all add up to determining a player's final score. If you are looking for fun interaction that has the right amount of conflict, Frenemy Pastry Party is for you. While the entire game is based on the idea of hindering other players, it never feels as though it's malicious when a player does it. What goes around comes around, and all players can enjoy the conflict. Frenemy Pastry Party packs a lot of strategy in a cute package. Players need to weigh all their options as they gather ingredients, decide who to ask for help, and when to help other players. Completing cakes alone is possible, but you'll soon find yourself out of ingredients and dependent on the other players. Turns are simple and rounds are quick, leaving little downtime between a player's turn. The fast-paced and lighthearted action of Frenemy Pastry Party will have all players laughing and clamoring for another chance at being the best pastry chef. The game truly lives up to its name. Players will feel like friends, but betrayal is just one blueberry away. Hopefully, this has given you a better idea of what Frenemy Pastry Party is and if the game is for you. I'm Justin from Playing Board Games. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.